In the bustling city of Lagos, Nigeria, there lived a young girl called Dumebi. She was the only child of her parents, Chief and Mrs. Okafor. The Okafors were a very wealthy family, and Dumebi was the apple of their eyes. However, while her father, Chief Okafor, believed in instilling discipline and hard work, her mother, Mrs. Okafor, showered her with unconditional indulgence. Dumebi never had to lift a finger to do any chores, as her mother ensured that the domestic staff took care of everything. It took them years after wedding before having Dumebi, hence the reason for Mrs. Okafor's behavior. Let Dumebi be a child, Mrs. Okafor would always say whenever her husband raised concern about her daughter's lack of involvement in household duties. She has her whole life to worry about, she would say. But she needs to learn responsibilities, Chief Okafor will always counter, though his objections were often dismissed, especially since his job required him to always be away from home. As Dumebi grew older, her attitude became worse. She became so bossy and rude, not only at home but also at school. Her teachers often complained about her disrespectful behavior, but Mrs. Okafor would always brush it off, blaming the teachers for being too strict. Dumebi eventually finished secondary school, then she proceeded to study in the university. While at the university, her mother will always send maids to her every weekend to wash, clean, and cook for her. So Dumebi grew up into a woman without having the slightest idea of how to do basic survival skills. Dumebi finished the university in good grades and she got a very good job. Her parents were so proud of her. However, her father always showed concern about her inability to cook as a woman. But she will always wave it aside and say, I can always buy food from the eatery, Dad. Really? What about your husband and kids? Will they also be eating from the eatery? Her father will ask, feeling concerned. Dad, when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it, she will reply. Okay, oh, her father will say. One sunny afternoon, Dumebi met a man named Emeka at a friend's wedding. Emeka was a tall, handsome, and well-mannered young man who worked as a medical doctor. His calm demeanor and confident presence captivated Dumebi, who was used to getting whatever she wanted. Emeka, on the other hand, was intrigued by her boldness and charm. So they started seeing each other, and soon enough, Emeka proposed to Dumebi. The wedding was a grand affair, attended by the creme de la creme of the society. Dumebi believed that she has found her happily ever after, but later did she know that her lack of basic life skills would soon become a significant hurdle in her marriage. Emeka came from a family where everyone was expected to contribute to the household. He had fond memories of his mother preparing delicious meal, and he cherished the idea of having a home-cooked meal prepared by his wife. On their first night after the honeymoon, Emeka requested a simple meal. Dumebi, my love, can you make me some jollof rice for dinner? He asked with a smile. Dumebi's heart skipped a beat. She had no idea how to cook, but she didn't want to disappoint her new husband. So she sneaked out and bought jollof rice from a nearby eatery, pretending that she has cooked it herself. Emeka was so delighted and he praised her cooking skill. This charade continued for months. Dumebi would buy different types of soup and stews from different eateries and serve them to Emeka as if she had made them herself. Emeka, oblivious to the truth, often boasted to his friends about his wife's culinary skills. One day, Emeka decided to take a vacation from work. He wanted to spend quality time with his wife, and so he asked her to make his favorite soup of ofe Nsala, which means Nsala soup. Dumebi, I've been craving for your Nsala soup. I've not been able to get over the delicious taste of that one you made for me last month, he said, wrapping his arms around her. Can you please make it for me today? Ofe Nsala is a very delicious and special soup which is native to the Igbo tribe of Nigeria. It is one of the soup that wives prepare whenever they want to collect something special from their husband. Immediately Emeka mentioned Ofe Nsala, Dumebi's heart skipped. She had never made Nsala soup in her life. She had no idea, but she had to try. She fidgeted in the kitchen, unsure of where to start from. She didn't even know how to light the gas cooker. Eventually, she managed to get the stove on and decided to throw everything inside the pot, hoping for a miracle. When she tasted the concoction she made, it was awful. In a desperate attempt to salvage the situation, she decided to add some cups of fruit juice in the supposed pot of soup, believing that it would make the soup taste better. When it was dinner time, dumebi nervously served the oven Nsala to Emeka. He took a spoonful and his face shrinked in disgust. He spat the soup out immediately. "What is this?" he exclaimed, pushing the bowl away. "This is the most horrible soup I have ever tasted." Tears welled down in the baby's eyes. She broke down and confessed everything. "I am so sorry, my love. I don't know how to cook. All the soups that you have been eating were from eatery." Emeka's face turned red with anger. "You lied to me, Dumebi. Dumebi, how could you deceive me like this?" His voice was loud and filled with hurt. "I married you believing that you'd be a good partner, but you can't even make a simple meal." Dumebi pleaded, but Emeka felt deceived and betrayed. He couldn't sleep throughout the night. The thought of living with a woman who cannot make a meal for the family scared him. If he can manage with eatery food, how about his children? Will they depend on fast food for the rest of their life also? He thought to himself. So the following morning, Emeka called Dumebi into the sitting room. Then he expressed his fears and worries to her. Finally, he told her that the marriage can't continue. Crushed and humiliated, Dumebi packed her bags and returned to her parents' house. Mrs. Okafor was shocked to see her daughter in such a state. "Dumebi, what happened?" she asked, holding her daughter's hand. Through her tears, Dumebi explained everything to her mother. Mrs. Okafor realized the gravity of her mistakes. She had spoiled her daughter to the point of incompetence. "Dumebi, I have failed you," she said, hugging her daughter tightly, "but it is not too late to learn." From that day on, Dumebi's life changed. Her mother taught her how to cook, clean, and take care of the home. It was a very tough journey, but Dumebi was determined to prove herself. Months later, after she had honed her skill, Reby went back to Emeka's house to beg for forgiveness. She was now a different person, more humble and responsible. She knocked on the door, and when Emeka opened the door, she fell down on her knees. "Emeka, please forgive me," she pleaded, tears streaming down her face. "I have learnt my lessons. I promise to be the wife you deserve." Emeka looked at her for a long time. He could see the changes in her eyes, the sincerity in her voice. He helped her to get up to her feet and embrace her. "Dumebi, everyone makes mistakes," Emeka said softly. "But what matters is that you have learned from yours. I forgive you, my love. Welcome home. I really miss you." So they hugged and they kissed. They embraced each other, and Dumebi vowed to be a better wife. She now understood the importance of responsibility and hard work. From that from then on, she took pride in making meals for her husband and taking care of her home. Moral lessons. Responsibility. It is essential to learn basic skills and take responsibilities for one's duty, because relying on others for everything can lead to significant challenges in life. Also, honesty. Being truthful is crucial in any relationship. Deceit can lead to broken trust and hurt feelings. Also, humility. Admitting one's mistakes and learning from them is a sign of strength and maturity. Pride and arrogance only lead to downfall. Also, perseverance. It is never too late to learn and improve on oneself. With determination and hard work, one can overcome any obstacles. Forgiveness. Everyone makes mistakes, and it is important to forgive those who genuinely seek redemption and are willing to change. So I hope you enjoyed the story. I also want to know what you learned from the story. Please put your thoughts down in the comment section. I would love to read from you. And please kindly encourage me by subscribing to this channel if you've not. Please subscribe. This helps my little channel to grow. Also, Comment, like, and share this video. And until our next story, bye bye and God bless you.